Hey YouTube, it's Alicia here, and I am here to give y'all a review of Coming to America 2. And I know this particular movie, everybody was excited and everything, and everybody has mixed feelings about it. I am going to give y'all what I did like, what I didn't like, and the only part to me I felt like I got a chuckle out of. So yeah, and then I will give y'all my overall what I feel like. And I actually did hear, I don't know whenever they're gonna do it. Some people are saying that Eddie Murphy has said, has talked about doing a part 3. No, no. I'm gonna give y'all my point of view of why we don't need that as well. So let's get started. So when I first heard they was doing Coming to America 2, I going, okay, this gives our newer generations a chance to get it. So if you remember, the original was a rated R rating. Okay, so they did it a PG-13 rating for people for kids can see it. I'm going, okay. It wasn't no nudity or anything like that, but they did talk about Leslie Jones' character who took advantage, let's just say advantage, of Prince Hakeem back in the day when they first met. All right, I'm going to talk about that. All right, we're going to talk about that part when we get to that part. All right. Now, we have we have all the original cast members that are back, from Eddie Murphy to Arsenio Hall, to Vanessa Bell Calloway, who had an appearance. Let me come and talk about her for a minute, who had an appearance. And like, you saying for 30 years, she was barking like a dog. 30 years, she barking like a dog. Now we're going, Princess, oh my God, what was her name? Princess Iman Aziz. There we go. Princess Iman Aziz. You said she was barking like a dog for 30 years. All right. I did like that they did add some new characters and things. That was that. I liked that. But I love, now I want to tell you, the person who made this movie so good to me, that made the movie a bit, is only 3 people who kind of made this movie. The characters kind of was like important to the second part of this movie. One was General Aziz, Iman Aziz's brother. I'm going, so when they tied that into it, okay, I like that. All right, I liked that part. That got me. I liked it. Okay, I did like that they did add Leslie Jones, but how she, I ain't gonna say how she portrayed it, but how they made her to portray Black women as being loud and ghetto, I didn't like. I wish they had did a calm down version of her. But, I mean, Leslie Jones is a good comedian, and she is a good actress. So, but this was an opportunity for her. So, yeah, I think her being part of the movie was a good part of the movie. I did like that they had Tracy Morgan up in the movie. Now I know Lunel, and there was some other comedians that was also part of the film that was just in the film. They didn't have not few speaking parts. Now, I was very surprised that Lunel didn't have no more than like 2 to 3 to 4 lines in the movie. I really thought she could have played a big part of the movie and stuff. So yeah. So we don't know, was Lunel the mom, was Mary's mom, or what? We don't know much about her character, and I really wish we could have got a little bit more from her character. So yeah, that's the next thing. Now, let's talk about Arsenio Hall's character, Simi. Now, I love them though. Let me tell you the one thing I did like they was doing when they was doing the flashbacks with this movie and bringing in remastering some of those scenes from the older movie as flashbacks. I like that. Now, you have Marcel from The Real was reprised her role, and then I really thought this time they would have gave her a speaking part, but no, she's in the same position as she was in the original. You know, she was like one of the original flower throwers and stuff. And so I think with her character, I think she probably got promoted, and this is just what I'm thinking. I think she got promoted, and she's teaching the girls how to correctly throw these flowers and things like that. Okay, the guy who did but the guy who usually just present everybody, we got to see him in this film a little more. He did have a speaking role, and I'm speaking because I remember in the first one he didn't hardly he only had like a couple one line or something from the first one, but in this one we see him speak and thing going like that. I said like that was something that I liked. Now one of the things is I think they had Arsenio Hall to portray. Get this out. To portray the Rafiki version, the human version of the witch doctor like version. Say, I had a dream, you got a son. And I'm going, okay, that got to be. And I'm going, and then when Eddie Murphy's character, Prince Ahin, attacks Simi and starts choking him, and his dad go, kill him. And then the witch doctor go, kill him. And stuff. And then he said, I was just like in shock. That would just shock me. But then it's like Simi and this witch doctor kind of have this like rivalry. And then it got me to think, is this witch doctor Simi's dad? Yo, that's the other question. Is this witch doctor who's telling Prince Hakeem, you have a son, is he Simi's dad? That's the only thing cause like they have a tense relationship. That's all I can tell y'all. This person has a tense relationship. Then we meet the daughters, three beautiful daughters. And like the dad just thought he would probably have a son. And he said, thought he would have had a son. He didn't. And stuff. The story kind of was trying to tell a little bit of women empowerment, but it wasn't like in the way that we was doing and stuff. And so the story is kind of like similar to the original, but this time it's like Prince. It's like it has like he comes to America, find his son, and turn his son into a prince. And the only thing I can consider, like I agree with some people, this it's not funny like the original one and stuff. This is just probably just me. If it didn't have that, I don't think if it had that PG-13 rating, I think we could have got a little bit more. It could have got a little bit more raunchier, you know, like or it could have been more like that original one. But I digress. Now let me talk about the daughters. You had Kiki Lane and Bella Murphy, his actual real daughter, and I can't think of that little girl name, but those three girls who played his daughters in the film, wow, I loved it. But I loved the Kiki Lane. Kiki Lane actually did it. I'm like, I love it. And then I love the young woman, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, who played Prince Hakim's groomer / love interest. Oh my God, that was That was, I mean, it was, now let's talk about Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor, she didn't have many lines, and then to me, when you saw Tiana Taylor's character, when they're introduced and she's doing all this dancing and he's doing this rapping, it's like, I like, okay, they took the ability that she can dance and sing and think, and I'm like, all right. And then when they're together and they talking, and he asks her what's her aspirations and stuff like that, and to her character, she goes, whatever you want, my darling. And this is just like the original. If you remember in the original, Hakeem did the same thing, asking her what's her aspirations, and that's when he knew this is not, he wasn't in love with her. That's when he knew. Now, the only thing I can say with this movie is, I cannot, the Walk of Fame, Ruth. Oh my God, she just won that award for her costumes. But the lady that did it, I know it's Ruth something. She nailed the fashion. I love the fashion and thing, but I was like saying, oh, we're gonna have some remakes of the outfits, probably the hairstyles and makeup. Nobody haven't done the makeup yet, so I'm waiting to see who's gonna be the first to do the makeup. Not only that, Alma Beauty ended up having a collection, has a collection based on the of the remake. So yeah. Now let me talk a couple of things. Let me talk about some of my favorite moments I did like and what I didn't like. So one of the things I did like, you got somebody who comes up to you randomly on the street and say, oh, I'm your father. And you take them back, and the mother sees him after 30 years. And she said, this is my king, my prince. And he goes, and then Zini corrected her and said, oh, well, he's king now and stuff. And like, so it's stuff, you're not going, even though they saw the gold and money, you're just like gonna just gonna take this woman's word saying like, oh, this is my son, you ain't gonna do a DNA test. I have a problem with that. I know like the actor who plays Prince Leveille kind of favors Eddie Murphy a little bit, not much, a little. You ain't gonna, I mean, that's the one thing I would have done. I mean, I would have wrote in, that's just me. No DNA test. No DNA test to prove this is really Prince Hakim's son. So, you going by what the woman's saying. All right. Then, oh, Lordy. Give me a minute, y'all. Then, you angered your eldest daughter and stuff because now you brought this guy in who's gonna take the throne, and she has prepared her life to be the one to take the throne. And I am going to say this: they could have did a little bit more better with that story. The storyline is still to reminisce of this. Now, let me tell you something. I can't think of the woman's name. The woman who the woman who originally played Prince Hakim's mother. I love the way that they honored her in this film when Cleo McDowell, Mr. McDowell, let me just say that way, played by John Amos, bring up, what would your mother say? And I just thought, oh my God, that's how they did it. They brought in things, and like, I mean, this was just one of my favorite movies. Now, one of my favorite parts of the movie that kind of tickled me was when he was getting ready. He came up with this plan when Princess Mika helped him come up with a plan to get the whiskers, the lion whiskers. I mean, it was like, it was, I mean, and the lion chasing him, I mean, I started laughing. That was the only, to me, that's the only part that was funny. When the lion chasing his butt. Now, I know some of the animals was CGI'd in, I think it was okay. I'm gonna get ready to give y'all my last part. And the only thing is, let's talk about the way Lisa's wedding dress from the 1988 version and now wedding dress. Now Lisa's pink wedding dress was it was more 80s, it was grand and everything. It was grand. So that was like the 80s version. It was a pretty good wedding dress. But now, let's talk about Prince Hakim's wife. He ended up marrying the groomer and stuff. Let's talk about that wedding dress. That wedding dress she had on, oh my God. I have never seen a wedding dress like that. It's stuff and I'm going. I love it. It was something different. It was something different. It was unique. It was red. And I'm going, I like it. It was different, but it was grand. It was like very grand and thing. And so I just don't, I mean, if I could say, what do I prefer Lisa's old wedding gown versus this new one? I like both of them. I am not gonna say anything bad about both of those wedding dresses. Those wedding dresses was great. Those was the dresses from you. If you look at the 88 version and you look at the current one, that current one still kind of played homage to Lisa's wedding dress in a way, but it brought in a new version on it. Now let's talk about this real quick. Before I go. And I was like, it was people were saying like Eddie Murphy does want to do a another sequel. No, we don't need we don't need another sequel. No. What we're gonna do with a third sequel? Oh, it'd be all about Mika. We gotta wait another 30 years to get it. We gotta wait another 30 years or 16 years to get that movie. No, I just feel like I said, this movie got, it was some good parts, but then it was some bad parts. But it just went down here. Now, I just wish at the end, I mean, I love that they brought in, oh my God, sexual chocolate. Right there, sexual chocolate. I mean, that was hilarious. It's like when they go, oh, well, my, Zakan, where my people from, so-and-so here. Well, my people from New York, they are like, everybody from Zumnumba, like, look like, and when this guy started singing, they're going, oh my God, who, they had this expression, like, who this guy is, and like, he starts singing, we are a family, and then they start getting into it. Soon as, Sugar, Peaches and Sugar comes out, do that little rapping part, everybody started getting into it. And I just thought this was a good movie, like I'm saying. But, I mean, if I have to rate it, I'll give it a 7. I kind of enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. I kind of enjoyed certain parts. But the only thing that I wanted to see with these fashion. Now, before I go, let's talk about Lisa's fashion. Her as queen, her fashion, I liked it. I liked it, her fashion. And then I love Leslie Jones's fashion as well. I mean, by the end, she has it. She has getting used to this life and stuff like that. So we're never going to know. But, I mean, I think they do have some, like, if they did do another storyline, I think they do have a pretty potential love storyline with General Izzy. They could do with General Izzy and Mary. So you never know. So y'all, let me hear what y'all have to. Let me hear what y'all have to say about this film. Like I said, I give this a 7 out of 10. That's my rating for it. But I mean, I think the fashion for the film was great. Now I love excuse me. I love the dance sequence at the end where everybody's dancing. And like I said, I loved the dance of General Izzy. That got me real good. But yeah, but y'all, let me hear what y'all have to say about this film. Until then, I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.